So, well, clearly the numbers. Well, I was about to say, well, yeah, clearly the numbers had to be good enough for them to push a second album. How did you feel about your the first album? Because this was an independent. This is an independent company, TVT, right? Yeah. So, like, what would be impressive numbers in the independent? And I want to talk about the independent hustle because a lot of the music has globalized so much that it's almost independent. Even on a major, you like,
and to a degree, I get where you're coming. Like, to answer the first question, like, they were pretty happy with my first week numbers. I was disappointed, like, because at that time, I think the goal was like to sell 100,000 your first week. Like, if you sold 100,000 units your first week, you were pretty much walking on the moon.
What did you do? What was your number?
We did close to it. We did about 72,000.
Yeah, that's still good. That's good. That was good.
Yeah, but I was.
I know you were like, I want that 100.
Well, at that time, it was like,
I was so proud. I started like crying, and Irv was like, "Yo, what's wrong with you, bro? You did close to 80,000, like your first. That's good."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Nah, that's not." But I always been a hard critic on myself. But at that
that's a winner's mentality.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But the label was. They were like, yo, this is, and it was very unorthodox because I took like 2 years between singles, which was unheard of. Wow. So I did Shit's Real, and then I took a whole year between Shit's Real and I'm So High, Master I See to come out. And no one had done that. Like the label.
Probably still at this point. I mean, well.
They were nervous. They were like, yo, nobody waits this long. And but ironically enough, it had worked out. And I took a whole year, and then I took like another damn near 6 to 8 months to let the album run.
Why did you take so long? What made you take so long?
On my side, it was me, because I think now looking back, I was getting used to the regiment of constantly recording and constantly writing and constantly making songs, and it wasn't like that before I had a deal. Like I would just put a beat on and whatever
it became a job.
And exactly, it started to become a job. So I think I was trying to adapt to okay, it's not all fun.
And I was becoming an artist.
Say that way, but there's amounts of responsibility involved. And it's weird because this is what you love to do. So it's very rare you love to do something and you stop and tell yourself like, yo, we have to do this because we have to.
It's no longer a hobby.
Like, so I had to adjust to, this isn't just your hobby. And then, like I said, I'm a tough critic. And like you were saying, the competition was fierce. So if I didn't feel that what I was doing was able to stand next to whatever was out, then I would be like, scratch that, or let's do it again, or, you know. And Irv would always reassure me, be like, you know, you can't be so critical on yourself that you're not moving forward. Right, you're overthinking. So I had to adjust to all of those things. And then also, like, just as a person, I was always like you're gonna know when the time is right, when the vibe is right. Like, so I'm big on that. So I didn't see the urgency in rushing myself to complete something. I said to myself, if this is how you've been painting, then keep painting the way you've been painting. Just keep all this shit in mind. But don't change what you do. And so we got through it, and it was cool.